This is OotiniCast episode 478, being recorded on the 13th of December 2023. And this is the raw version of the show that goes out live. We used to do it on twitch.tv/OotiniCast. And then the raw version of the show gets edited, goes out as a podcast tomorrow. We will also put out the video version onto YouTube as well, although you can look it up on Twitch if you like that as well. So it's all good. All right, we got a couple minutes before the top of the hour, so we'll try to vamp a little bit before we actually get going. And yeah, we're in the holidays. It's Life Day, so we're going to have to talk about that. And I haven't really done too much with the Life Day yet, except get a couple of the little bombs to throw, little snowballs to throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found myself throwing the snowballs a lot yesterday, and I kept trying to mimic the noise.
The little spat noise?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love the noise.
Yeah, it's a good noise. They did a good job with that. I see Nexy's behind you laying down, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's laying down anyway.
Yeah, we were just playing a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Bubby? Come here.
He's a big old cutie.
Yeah, he's trouble. Jody calls him, he's rotten.
Yeah, you were telling me, but he would just ate a toy with a bunch of string in it.
Yeah, he loves fabric. Strings of fabric, shoelaces. Like I have to put my shoes away a certain way, or he comes and eats them. And
oh my gosh!
He doesn't do it all the time. Every once in a while, he'll get one and chew it. And what's funny is, like, if you see him or you catch him in it, he'll see you and then try to
like hurry it up
because he knows. You're like, get that out of your mouth, and he goes,
oh. Did you ever see a fish called Wanda?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember when he robs his own place, and then Kevin Costner as Otto beats him up and ties him up, but then his wife comes home, so he has to get rid of the necklace, so he takes it in his mouth, and he starts. He's like trying to bring the little chain into his mouth fast enough before she can get in.
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing that at the theater.
Oh wow!
And I thought, it's Monty Python. It's gonna be. I just kept thinking.
They did have a couple of them.
Grail.
Right, it had a couple of them, but yeah, it wasn't. It was. I believe it was written by Cleese, though. So I mean, it has some, there's some of the same general humor, but it's more story oriented. And
Otto was. Kevin Kline was so good in that. He was such a jerk.
I can't remember if he got an Oscar. I think he was nominated for one at least.
Man, he was.
I can't remember if he got it or not for that, but yeah, that was so funny.
It's coming to kill me.
Yeah, actually everyone in that was pretty well cast.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, well, we vamped to the top of the hour. I say we get going.
Let's do it.
All right, let me have a little water, and then I'm good to go.
Post it on Twitch.
You're right, I should do that real quick. 1 sec.
Meanwhile, back on Twitch.
Meanwhile, I've been using Twitter less and less actually, but
I still call it Twitter. I don't think I'll ever not call it Twitter. Hello.
All right. Oops, I put a comma, so it's not giving me a. There we go. Now it's giving me a link. All right. Quickity dickety. It's all good. Let me have a little more water and then I'll go. I don't think I've had enough fluids today.
Well, you are getting over a cold.
Or COVID, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. All right. I think I'm good to go. You ready? You ready, Kitty?
I'm ready.
All right. Going in 5. Hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast. People who try to intimidate me have an appalling mortality rate. This is episode 478, being recorded on Wednesday, December 13th, 2023. I'm your host, Jill, and with me is my co-host, KittyKissz. Hey, Kitty.
Hey, Jill, how's it going?
Good. Decided to just go for it with a classic SWTOR quote this time. That was from the Inquisitor storyline. I can't remember exactly where the character says it, but yeah, people who try to intimidate me have an appalling mortality rate.
That's a good line.
Very classic, Sithy line for sure.
I was wondering where that was from. I was trying to think of what movie it was because you usually pull them out of the films.
I usually do, but
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, decided to go for the old SWTOR to this time. What you been up to?
Classic. Well, I officially got all my Christmas shopping and wrapping and placement into the Life Day Stargate.
Nice.
Which, of course, for people that don't know, is a cat wheel I bought for Nexu, my kitty cat, but he's scared of it.
Right.
So we threw some lights on it one year to decorate it. And that's where Kitty and I put, like our Christmas presents or birthday presents or anything like that.
Okay.
We kind of
That's
use
sweet.
it as that. And it just sits there all year.
Right.
You can kind of see it.
On screen there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did decorate it. Yeah, I can see it. If I didn't know I wouldn't even know what it was because there's so much stuff on it.
There's big presents in there. And then this year also, we're people that are subbed to my channel. We got little cards that are kind of decorated around it. Here, I'll show you. I know you can't see it listening to the podcast, but we got this and we write the name on it and we stick it on there.
Oh, that's sweet.
I filmed it.
It's a good idea.
I'm going to make a GIF out of it and update it all the time. So people that are, sub to the channel.
That is awesome.
Get to check it out and just kind of like showing appreciation and stuff like that. So. And if they give subs, they get little stars on it.
Oh,
and then at the end, at the next year, we're going to put all those into a hat and draw some winners to win some cool stuff.
Very slick.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But I was very happy to get all that stuff done, and now I can't wait for Jody to open it because I think she's really going to like it. And yeah,
that's sweet.
Cool. Yeah, it's just like, how do I buy something for somebody that kind of has everything that she needs? Right. If she wants something, she just buys it. And so I was like, okay, I think I got an idea of what I can do, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good this year because I got her a guitar for her birthday a couple of years ago. I had an old Kramer that I redid and cleaned and restrung, and because I had it set up left-handed because I'm left-handed, and I had set it up for her and gave her that. And then for Christmas last year, I got her a set of electric drums. Oh, slick. And I'm just like, she has everything.
Yeah, I think I remember I think I remember the drum one. And is she learning those two instruments?
She's good. She's a good guitar player and a good drummer.
Nice.
So it's just something so that she can play drums if she wants to, and they don't, blow everybody's eardrums out. But yeah, so I can't wait for Christmas. It's going to be super fun, and it's coming up quick,
really quick.
In SWTOR, I have been leveling my bounty hunter, Shanae Vizsla. I got her up to level 68.
All right.
She's in Copy. She is, of course, a Shanae Vizsla cosplay character. Looks just like Shay.
Okay.
And kind of decorated her armor to look kind of like Sabine from Rebels. And
so you got the new armor?
No. I found some old armor that would kind of, that I thought looked like it. And it looks pretty good, but
nice.
I'm ready to buy that armor because they, as we'll talk about later, they finally revealed when they're going to be having an unlock sale. So,
right.
Yay! It's going to be good. But I've been having a lot of fun with her. She's kind of like, she looks like Sabine, but she's more of what would Oh man, now I can't remember her name. Man, she's Bo-Katan. What would Bo-Katan do when I'm making my decisions and stuff? But
okay, cool.
It's been really, really fun. Threw some snowballs and hugged some Wookiees yesterday. Enough that I got conquest on a character. Nice. And I forgot that you could do that.
Yeah.
And then once I started going, I got the shoulder rocket and then the regular snowball.
Mm-hmm.
And it really started picking up a little bit later in the afternoon. And on now I can think of Shea Vizsla on Nar Shaddaa.
Uh-huh.
And once you get that group going, you really start knocking out those quests.
Right.
And it's infinitely repeatable, so you could just keep going and going and going and going. And I got conquest on. I was like, hell yeah.
Makes sense. So right, because there's a couple things that are actually for this doing the snowballs and stuff. But do they count towards missions, like complete 20 missions or whatever? Do they count?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't think anything like that. On Conquest, there's only 2. No, I think there's 3 quests that you can do, and 2 of them are infinitely repeatable: the hugging the Wookiees and the snowball. But
nice.
The hugging the Wookiee thing, there's a pretty long cooldown on it.
Right.
I guess you could hop instances if you wanted to, but it's kind of just.
Yeah, you start running into timers and stuff after not too long of that. But
I got it up pretty quick. I want to say I was just kind of dorking around down there for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours.
Nice.
And I got it. So that was pretty cool because I'm really wanting to get as much conquest as possible so that I can level up my gear.
Very good.
With the new 340, which I upgraded some of the gear. I got some implants. I got a few relics as well.
Nice.
And I love the hunt. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's part of an MMO is increasing the gear and stuff like that. So I don't really rush into it, but I do. I like getting all that gear and stuff. So, and being an altaholic, of course, I have tons and tons of the implants. So
right.
I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I did unlock the hide and seek.
Oh, nice.
For prototype 340. So I got that and started.
What item did you get to that you were able to give him?
Oh, I had it all ready to go so that as soon as I had a 336, and then I had a bunch of Flashpoint currency.
I see.
And then I just bought up the Flashpoint currency until I got to 340, went over, got the mission from hide and seek, broke it down, and there you go.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was really good. I also ran some of the new story on Ord Mantell on pub side, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool. I like the way the planet looks. I like the way that the missions were set up. And it's really cool. That planet. It didn't seem like a large area when I was in test server, but now that it's live, it really feels a lot larger than it did. I know that
I would agree. Yeah.
The same size, but I don't know. It feels right. It feels like a good size.
And they did a good job I think of making it feel, it feels Ord Mantellian, like the type of buildings are right and stuff like that. Yeah. And yet it also feels like its own place. Like they're, because it's not in like Fort Garnick, it's not a fort. So it's more of a regular type town. And so you have more signage and like little shop looking areas and stuff like that look, to make it look less like a fort and more like its own thing. And yet it very much feels like it's still part of the same planet, which was nicely done.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it's nighttime, maybe dusk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I think it feels good, and the lava and stuff I think looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I did some of the dailies on there, and then I kind of just left. I haven't touched it again because
plenty more to do there.
Yeah, I got lots of stuff to do, so looking forward to getting back in there. But that's about it for me, Chills.
All right.
Pass the mic over to you.
Sure. Let's see who shows up on the little list here. Let's see. 8HVDES is here. Drapsna is here. Eflux, Gas Guy, 192. Hey, Gas Guy. Japeo, hey, Japeo, Kizadora, Nifa, and Squishy Twitchy are all here. Hey, everyone. All right. So, yeah, I was just starting to feel sick the last episode, and it turned out after 2 days, I was feeling sort of bad, and in a very specific way, because I did have COVID one other time. And I took a test, and yes, it was COVID, unfortunately. It took me basically a week to get over it. Yeah, so about 4 days or something like that, maybe 5 days, I wasn't really streaming at all. And I just did like the minimum to do daily for Galactic Seasons. And I really wasn't able to focus or anything like that. So, but I did eventually get over it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have a little ongoing issues now. I have some numbness in my hand and tingling in my hand. Yeah. So I got a little nerve damage from it, unfortunately.
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's not, long COVID's not fun. And this is a relatively mild case of it. So mostly I just don't want to get it again because, this stuff does tend to build up over time, and it gets worse if you have it more times and stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to be a little extra careful. Oh yeah, I've been massively vaccinated. I've been updated multiple. I've been updated multiple times. In fact, the last time I got vaccinated was only a couple weeks before my trip. It was supposed to be about ideal to protect from getting it, but I got it anyway. So. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully because the tingling and stuff is and the numbness is relatively mild and kind of localized to part of my hand and wrist area, I'm hoping that it will kind of go away. I'm going to be seeing my doctor anyway tomorrow as a normal thing anyway, but I'm going to obviously mention that to him. So yeah. That's lovely. Mostly I did a lot of working on the Galactic Seasons, especially on the new server. So been on the APAC server a lot, but because I don't have when you get to level 50, you can start to get the dailies just by doing one of the rep items. So you can just go to the fleet, grab a rep item for Galactic Season 5 using the Dark Spores, and pop it, and you can get the daily. But because I don't have anyone who's 50 quite yet, she's like 45 or something like that. I'm just doing regular stuff until I get at least the 25,000. That's what I've been doing for that. Did some Freddie Mercury chapters. You gave me a Funko Pop of Freddie Mercury, which I'm showing on camera. I know that won't be on the podcast, but it's awesome. It's the classic, yellow jacket, white pants with the red stripes down the side outfit that he wore in that one concert. And that's exactly the outfit that I have my cosplay Freddie Mercury wearing too. So it's perfect. And so I've been did a couple of Freddie Mercury chapters. He's somewhere in, I think we just did Profit and Plunder. The Galt chapter, Galton and Vet. So that was fun. And working on Gamera, who I was working on before my trip. I'm thinking of doing some PvP on her. I haven't really touched the season, and I know it started when I was gone, so it's been going for a few weeks now. But if you want to do some PvP, Kitty, I'd be happy to do some either high B, or I can get her to end game and we can do it then. Either way, it's good.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I did 7.4 drops, so I've been doing that. I did Ord Mantell's story both sides, and they are different, quite a bit different this time, because you're actually dealing with different people and stuff like that, and it kind of feels different too, because they're actually actively sort of against each other again, which is nice. I also did the gearing up, so I haven't gotten, I don't have enough tech points to get the implants all the way up, but I've gotten everything else is nice. Taken care of, which feels good. That's on my damage spec though. I also have tank gear to get for my mains, but I haven't touched that one yet. I'm gonna worry about the other stuff first. Yeah,
I didn't even think about getting tank gear.
Yeah. I did do the dailies one time on the Republic side, and unfortunately it looks like it's kind of like the IOCATH version where you kind of have to go back 2 days in a row to get it for the weekly. To get the weekly, you have to do the dailies twice, 2 times during the week. It's not my favorite way to do it, so I doubt that this can become my favorite daily area by any stretch. The dailies also kind of take a while because a lot of them have like multiple sort of parts to them. Like you'll start doing one thing, you'll do that, and then it'll send you to somewhere else to do something else, and you do so. So it takes a little while to do them. They're sort of engaging because of that, but it does take a while. Like it's not going to be a very efficient way to do dailies if you're looking for like just some conquest comms or whatever. This is not going to be the most efficient way to do it, but they are at least very interesting. I did the full Datacron run. Takes a while to do it. Like be prepared. It's very cool though. Like you go all over the place around the whole galaxy actually before you end up going back toward Mantell to sort of actually get the Datacron itself. And you have to do that because like you have to get this buff that you have to get in order to actually get the Datacron. It's a little like Runic that way. Like if you did the Runic Datacron, you'll know that you had to do all those 3 Runic buffs first, including the third one especially, which is the one that lets you use the little jump pads, because there's a jump pad that you have to use to get the Datacron. So if you haven't run those, you can't get the Datacron on that particular character. This is the same way. There's a buff that you need to, and there's no way to get it otherwise. I suppose no. I don't think, because it's inside an instance and stuff like that, I don't think you could even do it if like someone like in your guild tried to guild grab you or anything like that. I don't think it would work.
Right. Summons?
Yeah, I don't think you could guild summons them to it or anything like that. But you definitely couldn't solo it anyway. But yeah, really good Datacron run. It was a lot of fun to do. I kind of like skimmed through one of the videos just so I had an idea of kind of generally what was happening without like trying to learn all the little details, so I could like try to figure some of it out on my own. And that actually made it kind of fun too. The actual run, like when you're doing the actual run on Nord Mantell to get the Datacron, you've got the buff and now you're actually doing the run. Isn't too long, but there's some tricky bits and it's fun to kind of figure it out. Or you can use the one of the guides, like Volk has a guide. Some other people put out guides too. I also did the Basilisk War Droid. So basically, if you probably know from Runic, if you talk to the gal and she's like trying to fix some Basilisk War Droids, and eventually you're going to get one that gets continued. It takes quite a while. Again, you're going to kind of run all over the galaxy and stuff like that again. And I won't spoil it, but there's more to go. Let's just say that.
And that starts on Runic?
Well, yeah, that started on Runic. So hopefully you grab that as part of it. If you haven't, then I guess you'd have to do that. But it's pretty easy to pick up. It sort of shows up after you do the story, essentially. As long as you keep talking to the same people, you'll be fine. That. Yeah. There was a lot of GTN changes, so I checked all those out. Those were interesting. Mostly I'm pretty happy with them. I'm still kind of getting used to the fact that the money and the items aren't going to ever be sent to you back in the mail. You have to go to the GTN to pick them up.
I have gone to the mailbox every time I've sold something, and it every time.
Right. Yeah.
And then I go, wait, why is it not here? And
it's
like a second later, I'm
like,
oh
yeah, I got to get over there. Yeah. So yeah, and it's kind of interesting. You kind of pick them up again. It's interesting that they say in the mail, if it doesn't sell, it says, go to the GTN if you want to pick it up and possibly relist it. But there's like no relisting functionality. Like there's no special, do you want to just put this up again for the same price or anything like that? You just take it out of the you sold this or you didn't sell this tab. Mm-hmm. You have to just pick it up and you just have to make another one. As far as I can tell, if there is such a functionality, please let me know. But there isn't, even though it kind of makes it seem like it from the little text that it gives you in the mail, there's not really a relisting at all, as far as I can tell.
I got
go ahead.
a mail
Mm-hmm.
saying a mail notification in the game saying that my stuff didn't sell.
Right.
And I was like, where's my stuff?
But yeah, you have to go pick that up too.
You have to go pick it up.
Mostly I don't mind it too much because on my main servers, in fact, all the servers, even the ones that I've only just done stuff for GTN now for a while, the European servers, I have a GTN in the stronghold. But on APAC, it's kind of a pain in the rump because if I sell something, I don't have a GTN on my ship. I do not have a GTN in my stronghold because I just don't have the stuff to actually get the darn things. So I have to so I have to go back to the fleet at some point to pick it all up and see what's sold, and
that's what I've been doing,
and sell new stuff. Yeah, so it's a little weird for like newer. Unfortunately, for like I think that's not great for people who are newer to the game who won't have the legacy yet to get all that stuff. It's a little bit of a pain in the rump, but I mean it's doable. It's not super convenient necessarily. But interesting. And I do like how, like, if you have a big stack of something and you're willing to sell it for whatever, you can just put the whole stack out. And if someone doesn't want to buy your entire stack, they can just buy however much they want. And then it'll just kind of whittle down your stack until everything is gone, assuming you're the lowest price on the GTN, until it's all gone. And then it'll move on to the next one, which is kind of cool. I liked that.
Really cool. It kind of forces people to sell their stuff for the cheapest.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't force them to.
It doesn't force them to, but
there's
right. It makes you
get seen.
Yeah. It makes you realize, okay, well, if I'm not going to sell it for the cheapest, well, if there's a lot of stuff that's cheaper, the likelihood that you're going to sell it is pretty low at that point. So yeah,
just gets buried in the stacks.
Right. Now, if one goofball is just selling it for, not very much, and then, everything else is normal price, you could just put it, one credit below the reasonable priced ones or whatever, or just buy up the cheap one. I guess I've done that before in the past for sure. But anyway, the cinematic lighting changes in 7.4 are a lot of fun. We saw those on the test server, but it's nice to have them in the game now and seeing them regularly, which is cool. Yeah. A couple of them are like really, really wild, like where if they have really unusual lights in that area, like really makes the lighting pop in the cutscenes. For example, in chapter 1 of Kotfi, when you get captured and you wake up and Arkin's there. Arkin is kind of almost in the dark. There's a little bit of ambient lighting, but you're in this bunk that has like lighting, really strong lighting coming right down on it. So your character is like almost like daylit, like super brightly lit. Yeah. And then Arkin is like in the dark almost. And it actually looks really cool that way.
I noticed that too. And my character, cause she's the Shea Vizsla cosplay character, has got red hair.
Nice.
And I was like, whoa. She almost looked pastel. I was like, wow, that is crazy. You know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. And then I did some Life Day, and I'm so bad about achievements and stuff like that. Like all these years, and I still don't have the Wookiee hug achievement. I've done a few of them over the years, and that's it. And I'll do it at some point. It's a lot, and I definitely
too many.
Yeah, that's too much, man. Yeah,
That's too much Wookiee hugging.
It's a lot. And I have no idea how many I have, but it's probably less than 100 if I had to guess. And it's probably even less than 50 if I really had to guess. But yeah, anyway,
Did you get the new outfit?
Not yet. It turns out I don't have that many parcels, like despite the fact that I'm usually pretty good about throwing snowballs. I really am. But I must have, I think I used some to get like the new decos from last year, and I think I used a couple of them to like get maybe it was like one of the sleighs or something like that, one of the more expensive ones, and I just didn't have that as many as I assumed I did. I was kind of surprised like how few actually that I had, but I'll have to see how we do towards the end once we've been doing this for a few weeks.
You got a lot of work ahead of you, Chill.
Yeah, exactly. And that'll move us to the tip of the week, and I just wrote a little bit more about the snowballs. Remember to throw them, put them on your bar. We talked about how there's a conquest mission for completing them, as well as the hugs, but the snowballs are super easy. And then you use the little packages you get to buy items from the holiday vendor. Remember that you can throw them on corpses and still get the mission completion. So if you don't want to like delay your fighting, just go ahead and do the fight, and then when they're dead, do it with a free global afterwards. That's fine. That works just fine. If you don't have the other special toy to throw them, then just the regular snowballs are available on the vendor in the GTN for 1,000 credits. It's on the GTN quadrant of the fleet, right in the middle. Also, I did notice and it's been mentioned on like Twitter and stuff like that, the new Life Day outfit has one nice touch, which is the gloves that are bare skin, but with a couple of rings on one of the hands, on the right hand, actually, which is nice. There's not a lot of that in the game. In fact, I think the only other one that's even like it is one of the dancers' outfits, which means you can't do it on a male character. You can only do it on a female character. And so it's just not a look that you get to see a lot of anyway, but it's nice that you can actually have rings on fingers now. It's actually a look. Yeah, it's good stuff.
And
go ahead.
The Galactic Seasonings has one of the outfits, actually I think it was last season or maybe it's this season, has a watch, which is really cool. I thought that was a great little new kind of detail to add to the Space Barbies.
Yeah, we don't, right, exactly. That's another one that we don't get a lot of, which is cool. So anyway, so that is good enough. If you have a tip of the week, send it to OotiniCast@gmail.com before the next show for a chance to win a Tonfon M8 3R Droid pet code or M2B9 droid code, courtesy of Bioware, plus a 450cc code from Bioware as well. So thank you, Bioware, for those. That'll bring us to the Mind Trap. And we could have done something about 7.4, but we hadn't asked about the APAC server, so we decided to go with that. Have you made characters on the Shea Vizsla APAC server in SWTOR? And do you plan on it becoming your main server? So we kind of went into kind of two questions at once. And thank you everyone for the votes and the reposts and everything. There was a version on Mastodon as well. Didn't, not a ton of votes, but enough. It basically followed the same sort of pattern that we saw on Twitter/X. So we're going to go with those numbers. The answers were yes. I have made new characters and I intended on it being the new main server. Yes, just for fun, or no characters on Shea Vizsla. And 108 votes. The winner was yes, for fun. So people are just trying it out for fun without necessarily planning on making it the new server. That was 46.3% of the vote. Second place was no characters on SV with 43.5% of the vote. But 10.2% in fact, were yes, and they're planning on making it the new main server, which is kind of cool. I was a yes for fun, and I'm sure you were too, Kitty.
Yeah.
Just because I know you've been on. I've seen your streams, and you were on that server. So, and I
was just going hard the first 2 weeks. I had so much fun. It was so cool just to be on a new server. It felt like everybody's in the same bucket.
Yeah.
Everybody's poor.
I am poor as dirt. I'm trying to sell things on the GTN. They're selling.
No one has money to buy them.
They're selling for very little. Some of them aren't selling at all. And it's stuff that they'll need too. Like I'm selling low-level biochem stuff, and it's like no one's got the credits to buy them. It's kind of crazy.
It's pretty awesome. I love it. And 46.3% is pretty amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people really want to try the new server thing out and have that new server experience. That's for sure.
I've been getting
Grizz is saying 10%, not an insignificant amount. That's cool, and it is. Yeah. Yep. Obviously we want to see the APAC server, survive and thrive. So that is a good sign that a fair number of folks are planning on making it their main server, which is awesome.
Yeah, I get a lot of traffic in my stream, people coming back to the game or, getting word that there's a new server. And it seems like there's a lot of new blood on SWTOR, and I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Great.
It absolutely is. And I think it is a good sign that they're willing to actually open up servers. That's always a healthier sign than like having to, close or merge servers, which is... and they haven't done either for a long time actually, but it's nice that, now we're actually looking at potentially opening up new servers. I mean, beyond this one, not that they said they have, but they can because of the whole cloud thing. So, and I'm hoping that I don't think like the OotiniCast does, maybe veer a little heavy APAC, just because we started with Tio, who was from Australia, and when we had sort of like friends that we had met on the Australian WoW servers back when we were playing WoW, and it's been so long now that I don't think we skew Australian too much, but we'll see. But anyway, hopefully there's lots of folks who are enjoying that.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious to see how long they hold off before they allow transfers, because we know that as soon as they do, there's going to be people bringing 4 billion credit characters over with tons of materials and items and everything else, and it's just going to completely change the economy. I'm hoping they hold off for a good long while, but I don't know what the plans are.
What's interesting, though, is that if there are people taking their tens of billions of credits over there, that is taking that money out of the other servers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's true.
That's one good way to look at it. But yeah, that's going to be, I think it's just a matter of time before that happens. But I am just stoked that people from Asian Pacific area are able to have a server that doesn't turn into a slideshow for them now. And I hope you guys are having a lot of fun, and I'm stoked for you.
Yeah. Some of the people who answered said, like Cody Menzies said, who his handle includes New Zealand. So I think going forward, I'm going to make new characters on Shay. The performance is so much better, but it's hard to give up the legacy a decade of legacy unlocks. So I suspect I won't be quitting Starforge anytime soon. Let's see. Lil Uzi said, I only made characters to save the names. I haven't touched them since. Fair enough. Let's see. Darth Chesig said, I've made a few, but haven't had much time to level them. And Magic Ace said, I have to make all the magic names, so of course I took care of that pronto.
That's a gamer thing.
That's very much a gamer thing. That's a gamer move. That's a classic gamer move for sure. But yeah, I've actually got I guess 4 characters over there now. Most of them are super low, like just I did them 1 week to take care of the Galactic Seasons, where that needed a character of a certain class, basically, just to get one of those weeklies. I'm actually making reasonable progress through Galactic Seasons on the Shay server. I'm not, I don't think I can get all the way to 100 on there, unfortunately. But I've gotten far enough that I've already unlocked, like, for example, the first 200 cartel coins. I think I either have unlocked or am very close to unlocking one of the ultimate packs. So, yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
And like I said, I got my character close-ish to 50. She's like 45. And once she's at 50, if I want to take a day off and not have to do the 25,000 on a day there, I'll be able to pop one of the rep items and just call it good.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so that'll bring us to the Holo feed, and let's see. So just a day or two after our last show, they did put out the in-game events for December, and we got a little lucky because there wasn't any event like the first week or so, or even the first 2 weeks. So we actually didn't miss any news here. So the Ultimate Swoop Rally has started, and that's ongoing right now, and that'll go until the 19th. The Swoop Rally is the one with all the races on the different planets, and Dantooine, Tatooine, and Onderon. And there's reputation items, there's mounts, there's armor, there's pets, there's decos, all that good stuff. Tacticals, the speeder, the running around tactical, which is kind of cool.
It's fast.
Is it? I still have
mounting.
See, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it.
You have to. You don't have a choice. I hope you have like a big ledger, like a legal pad. You're writing all this down on chill, because
so much stuff. I'm going to have to hug a Wookiee while racing a swoop. It's going to be crazy.
That's right.
All right, and Life Day is also going. This one is not a 1 week one. It's an ongoing one from December 12th through January 9th. And basically you have to be level 10 because you have to be on the fleet, but whatever. I mean, it's all, it's all good.
You can get in there.
Yeah. So there are several, the legacy like armor and stuff is all there too, and all the old decos are still available. So if you've missed any of those, or maybe like you are now playing on Shea Vizsla because it's now your server, you can get them on that server as well. There's weapons, there's mounts, there's decos, there's all that good stuff.
The decos are really cool too. The string lights those are really cool.
The new string lights are nice. Yeah, they just came up. Those were like last year's, and this year's armor set is really cool. Kind of looks. It kind of looks like vaguely like Tsarist Russia to me. Kind of like it has sort of like
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. It's a kind of a cool looking outfit. And it is sort
tin
of
soldier is what
tin soldier, right? Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I agree. Yeah, it has that sort of like 1900s soldier look, 1800s, 1900s soldier look. It's pretty cool. Yep. Right. Yeah, the Wampa rug. I think that's hilarious. Let's see. Double XP event is coming up. That is coming up the December 24th, and it's going through the January 4th. So that's not this month. That's this week. That's, what is that, like the 24th. So week. Yeah, it's like they're doing it a weird time because usually they start and end things on Tuesdays, which is when they do everything else. Right. But this time they're starting on the 24th, so Christmas Eve, and they're going through
Sunday.
Excuse me, January 4th, which is 10 days, like basically 10 days later. It's on a Thursday, so it's neither of them are on a Tuesday. So it's all good though. Double XP event's always fun if you're looking to level someone really fast.
Shea Vizsla, here we come.
Shea Vizsla, yeah, exactly. Then the Rakghoul Resurgence will be on Alderaan. That'll be December 26th through January 2nd. So just after Christmas, and then just past the 1st. Those actually are on the Tuesdays, so that's more the normal one.
Get your Lokans ready.
Yep, that's right. Usually you do the Lokan event, and usually the guild will be doing like the Rakghoul world boss and stuff like that too.
Yay!
Or the special boss, anyway. All right. Let's see. Game update 7.4, Chains of the Dark, coming December 5th. Well, we already know that. I don't think we missed anything. I guess there's a new world boss. It's actually, you can actually see it if you don't have to do anything special. He's just out there. Obviously, you'll get whomped if you try to fight him solo, but he is there. Freedom has a chance to drop a unique mount called the Mantelian Separatist Hover Turret, which is pretty cool. I have not fought it yet. Yeah, maybe the guild will be doing that. It probably has been doing it if I had to guess, actually, but it's all good. Then they had the GTN overhaul. Let's see, the new items. We already talked. Well, Defiant Maverick. That's the new sort of owl-shaped, Mandalorian helmet armor. Let's see, the Darth Newell dual saber. So we had the single version, but now we have a dual saber version as well. The new what they're calling specular dyes, which is really cool. So not only does it dye it, but it also changes how shiny or matte the armor looks as well. Yeah. So yeah, there's a metallic black pearlescent red, super shiny, really cool. There's a metallic gold with chrome white. There's chrome white with metallic gold. And then there's matte black with metallic black. So very, very black. And I've noticed when I'm previewing it, like matte black, metallic black is like significantly blacker than the black dye.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more in line with that deep blue, dark blue dye that came out not too long ago that's craftable. But this is definitely black, real deep, dark black.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very cool.
And it's expensive.
Yes, they are expensive. I forgot to check the price. 1800 sounds right. Yeah, I think it's right around there anyway.
That's a little too much.
Yeah, so it's
For
more.
me.
It's even more than the black die. So it's like, yeah, I'm if I'm gonna be using it on a cosplay or something, I'm gonna have to be thinking real hard.
Right.
And
Well,
I have to be pretty damn sure that it's gonna look really amazing.
Yeah,
so.
right. if I ever do get one, they're a little too rich for my blood, but I would definitely put it on some sort of gear that is legacy bound, so that all my characters will have access to it. Which set, I don't know, but
that's smart. Yeah,
maybe the runic set or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, a lot of the like a lot of Galactic Seasons sets are legacy bound.
Yeah.
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 All the remnant sets you get from like the Doctor O and all those.
Right.
From turning those in, those are all legacy bound. There's a fair number of legacy bound ones out there, but yeah, that's a good point. Like it's a very expensive die, and if you could put it in something that would allow you to use it on multiple outfits, that would be great. Especially, of course, if you can find the right chest piece that because that way just the chest piece could be moved around, and even if you change the rest of the outfit,
exactly
you'd be able to find something that looks really good. Yeah. The specular dies tend to change things better on armor that is either metal or plastic. Ones that are cloth, yes, they change, but they don't change that much. And then it's up to you whether you think it's worth it or not. I probably wouldn't think it would be worth it in most cases. Although the white ones, like it's really hard to find like gold and white and white and gold anyway. So, or chrome and white or whatever. So, that may be your only option if you're looking for that particular color scheme. But if there are black and red dyes in the game, and there are black and black dyes in the game. So unless you preview it on a clothy one, you decide you really like it anyway. Maybe. Anyway, take a good close preview look before you actually put it on a non-plastic or metal armor for sure.
I've also noticed that those dyes in particular look better on newer armor. They seem to
because they presumably
look more metallic.
Right. I think in the background, like they've just been improving the game bit by bit over the years, and so the more recent armor bits have like the most improved technology
textures
that they've done, the textures and probably other things too in the background. I think I agree though for sure. They definitely look they almost always look good on Mandalorian / Trooper armor. Like they look really good on almost all kinds of those kinds of armors. All right, let's see. We already talked about a couple of these. There's a couple of there's the Westar 19B weapon sets, as well as C as well, which is kind of the same one, but they kind of have like a sort of a yellow look instead of just like a gunmetal look. And I haven't tried them out myself. 24 was on my stream the other day and said that he got the pistol, the 19B, I believe it was, and he said he really liked the sound, which I haven't tried. And I looked, and at least so far, I wasn't able to find any examples of it on YouTube or anything yet. But apparently, the 19B weapon pistol has a really nice sound to it, or at least he liked it, so that's cool.
I've been thinking about picking it up, so.
Yeah.
Now I have to for science.
For science. She deafened me with science. All right. And let's see. There's a few other notices that they've given from 7.4 stuff. There was right when 7.4 came out, there was like a memory leak that was happening for a lot of folks. That fix was the highest priority, and they did in fact put out 7.4a, and apparently that was mostly intended to deal with that. So there shouldn't be any more memory leaks. Certainly if there are, let them know, but apparently that has been fixed. They fixed the spawn timer on the item for a helping hand, which is one of the new Ord Mantell missions. The issue was, and actually she did a little notice on that, and I'll talk about that in a sec. Let's see. The GTN, the search function, was missing categories, and that's now been fixed. Something I did notice is I wasn't able to sell bind on equip weapons and armor, just like drops. Usually you could sell those on the GTN.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That isn't really saleable right now. And I'm not sure if that, I guess that's intended, or maybe it's not. I'm not sure. In any case, I wasn't able to sell. I mean, bind on equip, they should be saleable, but it wasn't.
Right.
I'm talking about like green drops and blue drops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Armor and weapon, that sort of thing. So I'm not sure what's going on exactly with that, but at least for now, that doesn't seem to be saleable. Let's see. But anyway, they had to do some fixing on the search functions. There's some fixing of a couple of blaster rifles that were invisible in-game and during the preview screens. Previewing decorations from vendors only opens the character preview window. Let's see. Hide and Zeke are not offering the 340 Zeke's deconstruction missions to players who completed all other Zeke's deconstruction missions, so they fixed that.
Oh.
If you're a completionist, you can now do that one.
Like, where is it?
Yeah. And then the world map and area map button was missing its mouse over. That's been fixed as well. Yay, all good. So that one came out. And then so the helping hand mission bug where the clickable public item didn't respawn quickly enough. This was Eric actually who wrote about this. So let's talk about this mission right out of the gate. What you're describing is a bug. We would be in agreement with your sentiment. And the sentiment was, why the heck are these taking so long to respawn? Although maybe not how you expressed it. Well, we don't want players to have to wait an extended period for a clickable item that's part of a mission progression. That's not how we would design a mission. So if you see something like this, you should definitely raise it, as you did, but in the bug report forum where I'm going to move this. Also, as a note, we're going to be fixing this in our next patch. And they did. Obviously, we just mentioned that. Right. Since I like to throw out extra nuggets behind the scenes when I can, to answer the how could this possibly happen question. When we're building missions with interactable objects like this, in our tool set, the default time for respawn is the time you're currently seeing for this item, which can feel pretty long when there's a lot of people all interacting at the same time. What happens is that every time we create an interactable item for a mission, it's part of our process to override the default to our intended time. We just happen to miss it in this instance, hence the bug. That said, our default being on the high side isn't great when we miss it. So just beyond the bug fix for this mission, we're also adjusting the tool default internally to be much shorter. So if we miss updating the default in the future, it won't end up feeling punishing to you, which is cool.
Nice. That's great.
That's how it's done.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Caitlin Sullivan sort of answered. It was kind of a long post that kind of drifted about like what this one person felt like. They were like kind of mad that Eric Jorgen hasn't shown up for a while and stuff like that and blah, 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 blah. But it got very kind of whatever-y. But the answer from Caitlin Sullivan was sort of interesting. Let's see. Since I was tagged, Caitlin Sullivan said, I'd like to take this opportunity to pull back the curtain slightly and look at why certain narrative threads do and do not end up in the final product. First, the most important thing to remember is that SWTOR is a big game. I know y'all know this, but I'm reiterating it, Eric, because it is a big game. There are so many narrative threads, different character arcs, story permutations, big decisions that you'll experience from the second you arrive on the starter planet for your origin story. However, when you compare the vast amount of potential narrative foundations to the resources we have to build on them, we have to be very mindful. Even for the things that seem like a no-brainer, like some of the examples you pointed out, we have to be very cognizant of where we spend our finite time and effort. The more resources a piece of content uses, the wider breadth of the audience it has to be relevant to. A letter from a specific companion, even one that makes narrative sense to include, will only reach a portion of the audience. But it requires writing, feedback, collecting, editing, revising, implementing, scripting, documentation, localization, and testing. Yep. On the other hand, a class-specific line in a KOTOR style scene also reaches only a portion of the audience, but it has a considerably smaller impact on time and resources. A similar example that you mentioned, choosing recognizable characters from the Agent, Inquisitor, and Warrior origin stories to appear on Port Nowhere. If an option exists to kill a character, as is the case for many of the notable characters from these origin stories, including them in the story means writing double the lines, recording double the dialogue, which snowballs into additional cinematic, design, scripting, and testing tasks. And all that isn't to say that killable characters will never be included. We've included several of them at the forefront of recent updates. but it does partially inform our decisions. If we include a character with the potential to be so narrowly recognized, their inclusion in the narrative must be especially meaningful, even to players who do not recognize the character. Also, prioritizing content that has the widest impact across all players means our range of content can be polished to our necessary quality standards. All that was a lot of words to say that when we're considering the narrative threads to include in content, we view all the options through this multifaceted lens of cost versus impact. We choose what to include based on what fits our narrative goals, has a meaningful and far-reaching impact, and won't be detrimental to scope, cost, and quality in the ways I've described. As humans with a finite amount of resources, that sometimes means we can't include everything we'd like to. But these stories aren't forgotten, and they still mean as much to us as they do to y'all. So that was pretty cool. I always like Eric. Like Eric Muska was saying, he likes to throw things that are from behind the scenes, and we like to hear it. And
I love hearing
that was another example from some Caitlin Sullivan. So thank you, Caitlin. Let's see. And then Jackie Coe put out a thing about questions about what sales and events are happening this month and during the holiday break. We're rolling out a different sales format this year, so I'm going to be breaking them down. And originally there was not going to be a collection unlock, but they decided to change their mind. They got a lot of feedback apparently about people who were really going to miss the collection unlock sale. So there is going to be a collection unlock sale from December 20th, so a week from the day we're recording this, through January 9th. So definitely keep an eye out for that. The Coruscant and Cost City strongholds are discounted to 12 credits, down from 5,000 until the next game update. That might be really good for me to do on the Shea Vizsla server for sure, where I don't have a lot of credits. 5,000 actually is a lot of credits to me on that server.
Great idea. Tip of the week right there.
Yeah, another tip of the week. You can also expect to see special 30 to 50% off discounts on anniversary and daily sales on some of the most popular items on the cartel market, and we'll kind of go through that in a sec. And then there's a breakdown of the starting dates for these sales. To celebrate Life Day, they'll be running unique daily sales beginning December 13th, so today. So today is the Life Day Tinsel Bomb toy. So if you want the Tinsel Bomb, that's coming out today, so get that one today. The Life Day Surprise toy is the 14th. The Life Day Robes Armor Set the 15th. Merry Ice Tromper Mount is the 16th. The Life Day Snowball Cannon toy is on the 17th. The Life Day Orb toy is the 18th. I like the Orb toy. Actually, I've used it on some cosplays as like just if there's no other toy that sort of works for someone for a cosplay, but they're like maybe they're contemplative or something like that, or they tend to have like orb like superpowers or magical powers of some kind. It makes a pretty good one. The festive Tauntaun Mount will be the 19th, and the fireplace decoration on the 20th. Note
fireplace decoration. I don't remember that one.
I've previewed it. I don't think I've actually bought it before, but yeah, it's what you'd expect it to be. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll have to get that.
Yeah. Note that other Life Day winter festive items will be on sale, such as the Wampa Companion Snow Globes and festive weapon tuning, and a comprehensive list can be found on the popular tab in the cartel market. Those are on sale beginning today and until December 20th. And on sale, not being like reduced in price, but just available. This is like one of those temporary sales where you can get like the festive weapon tuning and stuff is only available this time of year. The below are special anniversary sales and will run from the 20th to the 4th. So the 5-pack of major experience boosts, the Commander's Compendium 3-pack, so for getting companions up to 50. The Master's Datacron and Equipment Bundle, which is the one that lets you start a character at 70. Thexan's Armor Set, Satale Shan's Dual Saber, Darth Null's Lightsaber, Tulak Horde's Lightsaber. So those are the special anniversary sales running from the 20th to the 4th. But then there's also daily sales for certain popular items from the 21st through the 4th. And we'll go through those too. Why not? Elite Mandalorian Bundle. That's the 21st, so that's like a week out. This is when these are going to start. The Elite Mandalorian Bundle has that Mandalorian armor, that particular Mandalorian armor set, but it also has that mount, the Basilisk War Mount, which is really cool. The Executioner Lightning Weapon Tuning on the 22nd. I'm going to be going for that one. I don't have that one unlocked. Mischief and Anarchy blaster pistols on the 23rd. Tao's lightsaber on the 24th. Armor of Darth Revan set on the 25th. Onderon Guardian bundle on the 26th. The Dark Side Hissis mount, the 27th, which is kind of like a dragon. Zakul Knight armor set, the 28th. Classic Zakul Knight look. Stronghold Cantina Deco bundle on the 29th. Sensuous Dress armor set on the 30th. Heartless Pursuer armor set, the 31st, which I looked up that one. It's like, wait a minute. Heartless Pursuer? And I looked it up. It's rare. Like, it's kind of is it really like popular?
Bounty hunter-ish?
Yeah, it's sort of like, right. It's a little, it's kind of like it's a little like the outfit that Leia wore when she was like getting Han out of carbonite, kind of, but without the helmet.
Oh, right.
But no helmet, just the armor part. It's that sort. It's very interesting. That's part of it, but they know what's popular more than I would.
Yeah, I search for it all the time, and I never found it.
Maybe it's just an older one that's just never becomes available normally.
I think it might be an older one.
Yeah, I'll have to double check and see if I have that one or not.
Maybe I don't know.
It's interesting. Anyway, that's on the 31st. Imperial Reaper's armor set on the 1st. Incinerator weapon tuning on the 2nd.
Awesome one.
It is, and I do have that one unlocked. And then Twisted Fang lightsaber on the 3rd. I have the dual saber version of the Twisted Fang, but the lightsaber is nice too, and I don't think I have that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, good stuff. So there is going to be, in fact, a collection unlock, which is really cool. I've been at the last collection unlock around Star Wars Day, because we've been getting so many packs from Galactic Seasons, especially for me because I'm one of those nutcases who does it on every server. So I'm getting like all these unlocked. So I have all these chances. Right. I basically have almost everything unlocked on at least one character, but I ran out of cartel coins to actually get everything properly unlocked. So I will be going through that and burning down my cartel coins like crazy again. So
yeah. that's what the holidays is for me, is the unlock.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
There was a year that they didn't have it, and I was really bummed. It was really sad. And people talk about it all the time in chat. When's it going to be? When are they going to do it? And they haven't announced it. But now they have. So yay. Right.
And again, like if you go to the cartel market, under popular is where they're going to keep all these seasonal ones. So if you're at least the specialist ones, I assume that the other ones like the sensuous dress and those other dailies are just going to be on the regular page. I could be wrong. Maybe those will also be under popular, but for sure, all of the ones that are specific to Life Day and the whole winter theme, those are going to be under the popular tab. Because those are going to go away after the Life Day as well. So, all right. There's a kind of a warning one here. They released a hotfix today in the back end that will keep some items from being sold on the GTN for the time being. Why? Because there's some reports of some items not retaining their unlock functionality when you buy them from the GTN under 7.4. Yeah, so this appears to be a new bug in 7.4. So this includes server character slot, commander's character tokens, customization control hide head slot, species unlock Nautilin, unlock cargo bay for the account, customization control display legacy name and titles, GTN's 10 sale slots, GTN 10 buy slots, unlock outfit designer slot, legacy stronghold storage additional bay for the account, and unlock inventory module for the account. Actually, most of those are account ones. Yeah, so apparently something weird happened when apparently it only affected it if you bought them through the GTN. Like if you just got them off the cartel market, that was not an issue. So yeah, weird. They released a hotfix that will keep the items from being sold on the GTN for the time being. And then they'll be releasing a fix in a future patch. Players can continue to trade the above items via the trade window. Use the COD function, or by storing them in a guild bank and having the recipient claim the item in lieu of using the GTN. So there are ways to still get these items if you don't have the cartel coins to directly buy them yourself. But yeah, interesting. And all those are ones that would be pretty expensive too. Like,
yeah,
I'm up to 82 server character slots or something like that. And I always end up having to buy, at least in the past. Now that it's 4 billion, you can probably get them on the GTN though, which makes it dangerous because it's not working at the moment. But yeah, so in the past they would just never show up on the GTN because they wanted more than 1 billion credits for them. So anyway.
Right.
And also, there's some SWTOR.com upgrades. So they're making some site upgrades to the account pages on SWTOR.com starting the 14th, so tomorrow. The changes will improve the ease of use for players on the front end and streamline processes on the back end that allow us to build further upon our monetization efforts. And so here's some of the things that they're going to be doing. Using the browser back button can break the page. This is a known issue that they're working on, displaying a screen-wide loading bar. Clicking on the SWTOR logo on the top left switches the language to English. Players who attempt to create an account with a name that's already taken will see a generic error message as opposed to a message stating the account name is taken. Players who are using desktop browsers with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 may see issues with the key art background being cut off. So there's a bunch of little issues to SWTOR.com,
right.
and they're just working on kind of upgrading them and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yep. And so basically what they said is it's not going to, SWTOR.com will not be taken down, but there can be instances where they're working on the back end and pages may error out. So if you run into one of those, please wait at least 10 minutes before trying to reload the page again. In other words, if you get there, that probably means they're working on it, and just give them some time. That's all they're really asking. The rollout will not impact any of the game servers also. So it's strictly about SWTOR.com itself. Good stuff. All right. So yeah,
they're busy.
Yeah. Now I know
they've been busy bees.
They definitely have. I was curious about all the daily sales. I know you tend to buy a lot of the packs and like the Elite Mandalorian bundle. I'm pretty sure you got immediately when it was available.
Yeah.
Are there any of these that you don't have that you're going to get during the sale, or?
Sadly, I have them all.
Yeah. Except for maybe that one weird one, the
one that we had talked about.
Heartless Pursuer on the 31st. Yeah. So that's like the one that you might have to check out.
Yeah, as soon as I saw them, I went on and opened my my collections, went through to see what they were and what I have and what I don't have.
It's like,
and
got it.
Right, need it. Got it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah. And right, I'll be probably mostly focusing my Crypto coins on the unlocks, but you know what? A couple of these would be pretty nice to have. And there's I definitely want the Executioner lightning weapon tuning. I did some previews on it, and it's like, wow, like there's another lightning one.
Arcs.
Yeah, there's another lightning one in the game, but it's not nearly as impressive, right? The Executioner lightning one is like kind of crazy because it shoots lightning from the ceiling every once in a while and stuff like that. It's kind of nutty.
The regular lightning one seems to be focused around the item itself, but the Executioner one tends to arc lightning in just random areas. It's also got a nice purple color to it. It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty slick. Really cool. It's fun to put on droids. Like I'll put it on T7 or
makes sense.
Put it on Treek or Blizz, and it's just like lightning shooting all over the place. Pretty funny.
Nice. So it sounds like, let's see, when is, so if the since we have the Rakghoul event going on, are you going to be doing on this Saturday? You're going to be doing the Loken event? Is that right?
Possibly. I'm not in charge of that. That's Kitty Treats' bag, and
okay,
But
well, I'll cross fingers then. Yep. Hopefully, yeah. Oh wait, if you do it, it's going to be Saturday, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to miss it then. My son is finishing up his quarter, and I'm going to go get him for the holiday vacation. So cool. Unfortunately, yeah, Saturday's no bueno for me, but that's too bad because I like the Loken event. I highly recommend it I highly recommend doing the Loken event with Kitty and Kitty for sure.
Yeah, we've kind of missed a couple, but life. We have the rule: life first. Real life comes first, so
Yep. And how about any other special streams or anything like that coming up?
We have a Christmas stream. Wait, we're not going to be streaming until after Christmas. So the next one So yeah, Kitty and I are both going to be streaming Christmas Day.
Okay.
That's December 25th.
Nice.
Starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to be doing giveaways. And if you don't have a place to be, come and hang out with us.
Awesome.
It'd be fun to have you.
That sounds great. All right. So the 25th starting at 10 a.m. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else, Kitty?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I would like to say thank you to all the folks at Broadsword, the SWOTOR team. Thank you for all the work that you guys are doing. You guys are killing it. Keep it up.
Absolutely.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. All right, then. That's a show. If you'd like to play with us in the Utini Knights Guild on the Republic side of the Satil Shan server, or in our
Oh, Teddy Rage
Guild on the Empire side, do a /C join Utini to join the Utini channel. Then let us know you're a fan of the show. You can email questions and comments about the show to OotiniCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter using @OotiniCast or Mastodon @OotiniCast@mastodon.world. You can find contact details for us on our website, OotiniCast.com, which includes how to subscribe using iTunes and the rest. We record the show live bi-weekly, Wednesdays 4 p.m. Pacific, streaming at twitch.tv/OotiniCast. Our theme song is Doomsday by Jean-Paul Zogby. And thank you to the chat room.
Thank you, chat, for being here.
And we'll see you next show.
Take care, everybody. Londoa is on.
Oh, yeah, well, you can definitely raid him for sure. All right, let me get over to the... I have to get to the right thing or else I can't do it properly. Let's see. Stream manager. And then do the raid. All right. Starting the raid. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. And here looks like a couple more seconds before we can go. And there we go. All right, let me go over to Landoa because apparently OotiniCast account hasn't followed him yet. I should have done that last time because I know we've rated him at least one other time. Ding. All right, and let me go ahead and get back to OBS, stopping the stream, stopping the recording.